Hi, church. It's good to be with you today and to study God's Word. And we're going to be working out of Haggai chapter 1 today. But first, let me contrast the Babylonian Empire with the Mideast Persian Empire. The Babylonian Empire was to take the children of Judah, the children of Israel, that was the kingdom of Judah, in captivity for 70 years. And after about 67 years, the Mideast and the Persians captured the Babylonian Empire in 539 BC. And this is about 67 years they had been in captivity. Now, the interesting thing, in the Babylonian Empire, it was destruction of Jerusalem, the temple, and the walls. And the people were actually in a gentle dominion over Israel. Whereas in the Mideast and the Persian Empire, the people were released, actually, and they could return from exile to Jerusalem to rebuild the temple, the wall, and Jerusalem. Quite interesting how God used these nations in different ways to serve his purpose. And today we're talking about Haggai and Zechariah and Malachi, which are the last three minor prophets. All the other prophecies, the 9 minor prophets and the major prophets, ministry had been completed. This matches up with the historical books, Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther. They are the last three historical books. So they fit together, these 6 books, 3 historical and 3 prophecy, fit together and cover the same period of time and reference each other. And in chapter 1, verse 1, it says, Haggai, the prophet to Zerubbabel, governor of Judah. And Joshua was the high priest at that time. And in verse 2, it says, Thus speaks the Lord of hosts, saying, the people says, the time has not come, the time that the Lord house shall be built. So they're using excuses here not to build a house. Not that they don't need a house, but the timing is not right. And then the word of the Lord came by Haggai the prophet, saying, and that's in verse 3, and then verse 4, it is time for you yourself to dwell in your panel houses, and this temple to lie in ruin. Now therefore saith the Lord, consider your ways. And this is something that we always need to evaluate, consider our ways. And what was our ways? Here's tell. Had you want God's blessings or do you not? You have sown much and bring in little. You eat but do not have enough. You drink but you are not filled with drink. You clothe yourself but no one is warm. And who earns wages to put in a bag with holes. And I felt like that many times in my life. And in verse 7 it tells again, consider your ways. And the Lord tells them to build the temple that he may take pleasure in it and be glorified, saith the Lord. Because my house that is in ruin, while everyone runs to their own house. Wow. That's the situation that they are neglecting God, living their own lives, going their own ways, doing their own things. And then it talks about Zerubbabel with the remnants of the people obeyed the voice of the Lord. And in obeying the voice, they all came together. And in verse 14, it says, so the people stirred up the spirit, and so the Lord stirred up the spirit in Zerubbabel and the governor of Judah, and also Joshua the high priest, and the spirit of all the remnants of the people. And they came and worked on the house of the Lord, hosts their God. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and see how God used these people and how they neglected. And we must consider our ways. Are our ways profit? Do we feel like we have a hole in our pocket? Maybe we need to consider our ways. May God bless you because he loves you so much. May you have a great day.